Hello matheNends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we're gonna discuss about literal equations. When we say literal equations, this is commonly known as formulas. Okay, you are familiar with it, I'm sure of that. Now, let's have an example on how are we going to manipulate a formula. So for example 1, it is the diameter of a circle. As we all know, the formula for the diameter of a circle is d is equals to 2r. But what if we are asked to manipulate or to manipulate what is r? So we are asked for the radius. Okay, so let's take a look on the original formula, this one. D is equals to 2r. So, to manipulate this one, we have to divide both sides by what? By 2. So, we will get r. So, it will be done like this. To divide 2 and 2 on the other side. Now, if you can observe, we can now cancel out 2 and 2 here. So, we will have r equals to d over 2. Now, ma'am, is this the final answer? Yes, this is actually the answer. But if you're going to apply the symmetric property, it will become R is equals to D over 2. We apply the symmetric property because uh, symmetric property. We apply the symmetric property, so our R here will be placed on the left side of our equation. Okay, gets? Okay, now let's have another example. Example 2, the moving on formula. Okay, Ux is equals to Im, and the intended variable or what we are looking for is the x. So, on which side we can see the x? It is on the left side. Now, what is the variable uh, beside x? It is u, right? So, we have to eliminate u. And to eliminate u, we have to divide u on both sides. Okay, let's have color red. Divide this by u and also on this side u. Now, we can cancel out u here, u, and we are left with x is equals to Im over Im over u. So this is for the moving on formula. Okay, let's have another example. The percentage formula. I know you're familiar with this already, right? The P, the percentage, the B, and the R, the rate. Now, we are asked for the base. So what is the variable beside B? It is R, right? It is R. So we have to eliminate this one. And to eliminate this one, we have to divide B here and also on the other side. Now, we can cancel out B and we are left with R is equals to P over P. Okay, so this is our formula for if we are asked what is the rate or simply the R. Okay, now let's have another example. The simple interest formula. Yes, you are familiar with this, which is I is equals to PRT, where I is our interest, P is our principal, R for our rate, and T for the time. And we are asked for the rate. So what do you think is the process on doing this one? So as we all know, R can be seen on the right-hand side of the equation beside P and T. So we have to eliminate P and T. To eliminate, we have to divide P, T, and also P and T. Now we can cancel out P, T, and we are left with R is equals to I over P, T. Now this is the formula for rate. Okay, are you familiar with magic triangle? Okay, a magic triangle by definition, it is a method that allows to predict a derivation of a formula with only the operation of multiplication as the separator for the variables. Take note of the word multiplication here. Okay, note on the left hand side is the upper portion and the right hand side is the lower portion. Okay, let's have an example for this one using a magic triangle. Okay, here. Let's draw a magic triangle. So this is our magic triangle. Now, it says a while ago that wait, let's go back. The left-hand side will be placed in the upper portion. Okay, let's go back. The left-hand side will be placed on the upper portion. As we all know, for example 1, our left-hand side here is D, right? It is D. And we are to place that on the upper, on the upper portion. Okay, let's write it. The upper portion, here's the D, and here's the 2, here is the R. On the right hand side, we are to place it on the lower portion. Now, here is our magic triangle. Now, what if we are asked to solve what is R? What will be the formula? So, in using magic triangle, you simply have to cover this R here. This one. This R. We have to cover it by our hands. So, if we are going to cover it, we are left with R. We are looking for R. Then, you're left with D on the upper part, the upper portion, and 2 on the lower part. So, this will be our literal equation, our formula for R, using magic triangle. Okay, what if we have this example 2? Okay, let's erase this one. Okay, and this one. Okay, okay, let's erase this. Now, let's again draw a magic triangle. This is our magic triangle, and what is on the left hand side will be placed on the upper, this P. Okay, sorry. This is, let's color it with the blue. Okay, P. And on what is on the right hand side, we'll place it here on the lower portion. So, since we are asked to get what is R, again, using the magic triangle, you simply cover the R here. So, here is the R. So, we're left with R, since this is what we are looking for, the R. So, R is equals to P on the upper portion and P for the lower portion. So, this will be now our literal equation, our formula. Now you'll also try to solve number 3, the interest formula. Okay, let's have another example. So that's for the magic triangle. Okay, for the example 5, the area of a square. The area of a square is formula is A is equals to S squared. In here, we all know that S is our side, right? S is our side, and A is our area. Now, what do you think is the formula if we're looking for S? Okay, so since it has a square root, to remove this square root, we also have to square it to get its square root. Okay, let's show it. Okay, A is equals to S squared. And we are asked for S, right? So if you observe here that 2 is an exponent or a square. So how are we going to eliminate that one? So to eliminate that one, we have to square it. Okay? We have to square it. The square. And if we are going to square on this side, we also have to square. Okay, sorry. We also have to square. Oh, that's okay. You have to square it. You have to square. Now, since we square it, we can now cancel this out. And we are left with S is the square root of A. So if we are looking for the side of a square, the formula will be this one. S is equals to the square root of A. Take note that in this symbol, this radical symbol, it is understandable that the exponent here is 2. That's why we cancel it out. For this one, it is read as cube root. But since this is a square, we're dealing with the area of a square, so we're not using that one. Okay, I hope you're still following. Okay, let's have another example. For the example 6 is the y is equals to x squared. And we're looking for the x. So, here we all know that the x has a square. It is raised to 2. So how are we going to eliminate that one? So, by applying the same process, we're going to write it. Y is equals to x squared. And we have to square it. Okay, square. So how? Have to square it. Square it. Now we can cancel this out. And we are left with x square root of y. And by symmetric property, we can interchange. We are allowed to interchange equations without changing its values or without changing its symbol. This will be your final answer. X is equal to square root of y. Okay, let's have another example. What if this is the example b plus g is equal to t and we are asked and the intended variable is b. So, as you can see here, b is added by g. So how are we going to eliminate g here? Okay, so to eliminate that one, we have to subtract g here and also you do it on the other side, of course. So this will be cancelled out and we are left with b is equals to t minus g. So that's our answer here. Easy. Okay. For example 8, what if this is the literal equation? Okay. You can see we are asked to get what is b. Okay, we will rewrite it. A minus B is equals to C. So, as we all know, we have to eliminate A here, right? We have to eliminate this one. So, to eliminate A, we have to subtract A on this side and also on this side. And now we can cancel this out and we're left with negative B is equals to C minus A. Is our final answer? What do you think? Actually, this is not our final answer. If you observe that we are asked what is B, and our equation here, our expression here is negative B. So it is not the final answer. So what are we going to do is to multiply negative 1 on both sides. So in here, negative 1, and also on this side, negative 1. So now if we are going to multiply, we have to use the distributive property. We have to apply it. So what will be negative 1 times negative b? Negative 1 times negative b is simply positive b. Now what is c times negative 1? It is negative c. So now, what is negative 1 times negative a? When we multiply having numbers or when we multiply having the same sign, it will become positive. So in short, this is plus a. Now, this is our final answer. Yes, this is our final answer, but if we are going to apply the commutative property in this one, this will not be your final answer. What if I'll ask you to write it in following the commutative property? So the answer will be following by commutative property. Your answer will be P and A minus C. If you observe that by applying the commutative property, we did not change the signs. For A here is still positive, and negative C here is still positive on this side, but we just interchange it by following the alphabetical order, which is A comes first before C. Okay, that's it. For example 9, the area of a triangle, where our A is our areas, that is our area. Our B is our base, and our H is our height. Height. Now we are asked what is B. What if the base is missing or unknown? So what are we gonna do is to what? Since there is a fraction in this one, which is 1/2, the first step would be remove the fractional part. So to remove the fractional part, we have to what? We have to, okay, first let's rewrite it. Let's rewrite it. So A equals to 1/2 base times height. So for the first step, we have to remove the fractional part. By removing the fractional part, we have to multiply both sides by what? By 2. And also on this side. Now, we can cancel this out here. Why? As we all know, if we're going to write it in fraction, so this is the 1/2, multiplication, then 2. And the denominator for that one is 1, right? For the whole number, the denominator for that is 1. So we can cancel this out. So that's the explanation why we can cancel it out. Okay, let's erase this first. Okay, now we are done canceling it out. So we are left with what? We are left with pH, which is pH, and 2 times A is 2A. 2A. Now, again, we are asked what is P? What is the formula for B? So, as we can see, B has H on its side. So, we have to remove that H. So, in removing that H or eliminating that H, we have to what? We have to divide H here and also divide H on the left side. Now, let's cancel it out. H. And we are left with, okay, we are left with B 2A over H. So this is it. This is the formula for base for the area of a triangle. I hope you're still following. Okay, let's have another example. What if we're dealing with the volume of a cone? Okay, so the formula is V is equals to 1/3 pi, the square of the radius, and times height. And we are asked what is the height. Same process as a while ago. We have to, okay, let's rewrite it. V, rewrite, I just simply rewrite it. And H. Okay, same as what we did before, we are going to multiply it by 3. Since the denominator here is 3, so it's 3. And you also multiply this on the other side. Now we can cancel this out. And we are left with pi r squared h and 3v. So we have to find the h. So what are the variables that is beside h? It is what? It is pi r squared. So we have to eliminate that one. By eliminating that one, we have to what? Divide both sides by pi r squared. And now we are left with what? We can cancel this out, right? Pi r squared. And we are left with uh, h, which is the height, 3v over pi r squared. So this is the formula for our height. Okay, let's have another example. What if we have this one? Acceleration formula. Okay, let's rewrite it first. So v minus u over t. Okay, on this one, we have to take a look on what is on the denominator. Our denominator is t. This is t. This is t. Okay, so to solve this one, it's actually almost the same as what we did a while ago. We have to multiply this by t. And also on this side. Now, what is a times t? And here, what is a times t? It is a t. A t is a t. And in here, we can cancel this out. And we are left with v minus q. Okay, so again, we are to find what is v. What is the formula for v? And v is on the right hand side. So what is the variable beside v? It is negative u. So to eliminate that one, we have to what? We have to add u on the both side. Both sides. And we are left with, okay, this will be cancelled out. Now we are left with v is equals to 80 plus u. So if we're going to apply the symmetric property, having this v on the left hand side, it will become, okay, let's have another color. We will have v is equals to 80 plus u. Again, we applied uh, symmetric property. Okay. Okay. Let's have another example. I think this will be the last example. Example 12. K is equals to 1 half P plus R. And we are to look for P. Okay. We are looking for this one P. So let's rewrite it. K is equals to 1 half P plus R. Now, same as what we did a while ago, since there is a fractional, here is a fractional part, we have to first remove that one. So to remove that, we are to multiply 2. And also on this side. Now, we can cancel this out, 2 and 2. And we are left with what? P plus R. And 2K. So on this one, we have violated something. This is a misconception. Why? If you observe here, we have a separator, an addition separator, operator, I mean. So if, okay, well, I will write it on the side. 1 half P plus R. So this term is different from that term. So it should not be combined. Okay? So if we are going to, wait, to multiply 2, okay, if we are going to multiply 2 on that side, okay, if you have to multiply 2, the 2 here will be cancelled out for this term only. So you are left with P in here. We are left with P. But take note here, we have a separator of operator addition. So we have 2 times R. So it will be 2R. Okay, you are not allowed to just simply copy the P plus R. Take note that there is an operator here and addition. So it has to be separated because these two here are different terms. Okay, let's continue solving that one. 2K is equals to P plus 2R. Again, we are to look for P. So we have a term here 2R. So how are we going to eliminate that one? So to eliminate that one, we have to subtract 2R and also 2R here. And we are left with what? P is equals to 2k minus 2r. And if we're going to apply the symmetric property, it will become P. We just have to interchange the positions. Minus 2r. So this is our answer. P is equals to 2k minus 2r. I hope you are still able to follow. Okay, before you try this one, let's go back first. On this, okay. I think on this part. Okay. On this one. Okay. Right. On this one. Some questions actually goes like this. If on this equation, are we allowed to use magic triangle? Take note that by definition, magic triangle can only be used with the operation of what? Multiplication. So, on that example, uh, a minus b is equals to c, we are not allowed to use the magic triangle since we have an operator here as subtraction. And magic triangle can only be used as if the operation used is multiplication. However, magic triangle can be used in division also. How? Okay, let me show you this example. I think if I'm not mistaken, this is in speed formula. S t over t, where s is the speed, d is the distance, and t is the time. In here, we all know that s is division, right? Having this symbol. So, in here, we can use the magic triangle. But instead of having this left-hand side placed on the upper portion, what we're gonna do is to place it on the lower portion, which is here, S. S here, and the D is here, and the time is here. And if we are asked what is the time, you just simply have to cover T. And we are left with, okay, let me rewrite it. T is equals to T over S. So this is the formula for time. So again, magic triangle can only be used to derive a formula if the operation is multiplication and this one, division. What if we are not going to use the magic triangle? Okay, let's try to solve this by not using the magic triangle. So how? So this is what are we gonna do? Okay, let's first rewrite the equation, the literal equation, and the next thing we have to do is to, since this is a fraction, we have to multiply this by t on the both sides. Okay, now we can cancel out t, and we're left with what? We're left with uh, d here. And what is s times t, or t times s? It is s t. Now, by applying the symmetric property, we'll now have d is equals to st. Now, the question is this our final answer? Of course not. Take note that the intended variable is t, and what we have here is t. So what are we going to do next? So since t here is on the right hand side, we have to eliminate what is beside t. As you can see, we have there s, right? So we have to eliminate that one by dividing t s by the both sides. Now we have t, okay, t over ts, or t over ts by symmetric property. Now if it's in the magic triangle, it will look like this: s, t, and t. So if we're going to cover t, so it will still be t, d on the top, and s on the back. So it's still the same. Okay? So I think that ends our lesson for today. But before that, I will leave you this equations. Try me. You try this one, and you leave your answers in the comment box section of our YouTube channel. Enjoy learning!